Chosen one. It's a privilege to be in your presence, and they better be careful with you. You've been walking through life, feeling different, because you are different. You carry something so extraordinary that people either cling to you desperately or run away in fear. There's no middle ground when you're dealing with a chosen vessel of God. Every intense reaction you've witnessed, every person who questioned your motives or treated your presence as suspicious, they were responding to the undeniable force of divinity that flows through you. They better wake up and recognize what's standing in front of them before that door closes forever. The reason why they met you is because you really play a very important role in everybody's life. Every single person that you come across, everybody that comes into your life, you meet every single person for a reason. This isn't some feel-good philosophy, this is cosmic fact. God hand-picked you and purposely placed you in people's lives. He picked you out of a crowd and placed you in certain people's lives to be a guide to them, to show them the light, to take them where they're supposed to be. You are literally meant to be people's guide, their guidance. You're meant to show them their way to their purpose. You're supposed to lead people down a specific path. You are meant to take people out of the darkness that they're in and bring them towards the light so that they can evolve and become better people and so that they can really change their life. This is why you are the catch, because it's a privilege being in your life. This isn't about being cocky or arrogant. This is about recognizing the truth of who you are and what you've been sent here to do. You are really that person. You are really the one. Their life could have been on a whole different path if they would have chosen you. Think about it. If you are a guide that has been handpicked from God to help people, to guide people, and to lead people down a certain pathway, then when they decide to reject you, that means they're rejecting God. They're rejecting God's blessings. The blessings that they were supposed to get were coming through you, and now they're not going to get them. Everything that God had lined up for these people was coming through you. You were the one that was going to open certain doors for people. You were the one that was going to take people to certain levels that they will never reach now. They look at you and they don't get it until it's too late. When people come across you, they have a big, life-changing decision to make. They have a big decision to make. If they choose to hurt you, betray you, or to reject you, or to say that you're not good enough, their life isn't going to never be the same after you. As a matter of fact, it's going to be the exact same way that it is now. Nothing in their life is going to change at all. Since they didn't want to accept you, they basically are not accepting their gifts, their blessings, and everything that God has for them. There's no way they're going to get it. There's no other way they're going to get it without you. They could work extremely hard. They could hustle. They could try their hardest. And it's like you were somebody that was supposed to make it easier for these people. God was literally using you to bring change into people's lives that they would have never ever experienced. Now that a lot of people are deciding that they don't want it, they're rejecting you, they're moving on with their life, you simply withdrew your energy, you redirected your divine gifts elsewhere, they just rejected their blessings. Those offers and opportunities that were on the table for them are being stripped away from them. A lot of people are literally missing out on their blessings because they're rejecting God's gifts. You bring so much to the table that people look at you like it's too good to be true. This can't be real. You are exactly what they prayed for. You are exactly what they dreamed of and what they imagined. When they look at you like this can't be real. Something has to be wrong. So they go start to look for problems, and then they start to tell themselves lies. They start believing their own delusions. This is a timely matter. This is what people don't understand. This is a timely matter. You don't have time. When God presents you with a life-changing opportunity, you cannot sit up there and go back and forth. When God is telling you something, you have to trust your gut, and you have to just take a risk. If it's something that you feel like you should be doing, and it feels good, you should go for it. Stop letting the devil trick you out of your blessings. Isn't this what you prayed for? Isn't this what you imagined? Isn't this what you saw in your dreams? You show up in real life as people's dreams. Once upon a time they dreamed of you. They saw you in their dreams. They saw this happening. Then when you show up in real life, they look at you and they think, oh my God. If your friends see you trying to evolve and get into a better relationship with somebody who has something going for themselves, you think those people want to see you with somebody like that? Do you really think they want to see you with somebody that can actually help you and change your life? No. Where's the logic in this? Then they'll be shocked when you don't expect them to be mad. They hope you don't expect them to feel like they took a loss, because they don't take losses. Literally, they don't take losses. At the end of the day, they do what they're called to do. When God calls them to connect with a person or to connect with certain people, they do their job. They do what they're asked to do. They won't be around for long. You are a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You are a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that can really change someone's life. They take it as a joke. You know why? Because a lot of them want the position. They would rather not see you have it because they want it. The thing is, you're the one that's supposed to help them get it. When they do all this stuff to you, they ruin their whole life. They really be ruining their whole life, all because they wanted to be superficial, or because they wanted to be foolish, and they want to go tell everybody about you. Now you have people trying to do things on purpose to try to separate you from somebody that's supposed to be a blessing to you. You don't have to expose the person because somebody is watching and they're hating. They can't wait to get in your head. They can't wait to tell you something, or they can't wait to throw you off your path and have you going down another pathway that messes your whole life up. Now you've missed out on the real blessing. They don't know how big of a purpose you carry. They don't realize how important you are to their future. They don't understand the divine ties that were meant to connect you. When they reject you and then boom, you ascend and become who you're destined to be, you simply close that door. You honor their choice by removing access. You chose to respect their decision and move forward. You understand that these people had to make a conscious decision. You recognize that this cannot be forced. You know that nobody is making these people reject you. Nobody is making these people walk away from you. You see clearly that they're choosing this path. You witness them making the decision that they don't want you. You observe them deciding they don't want to be with you, that they don't respect you, or that something feels off to them even though their intuition is trying to guide them toward you. You understand that for some of these people, it's fear driving their choices. You recognize it could be their own fear, their trauma, things they went through in the past. You see how people around them put negative energy inside of them, telling them harmful things, trying to instill fear so they block their own blessing. You know there are people who can see exactly where these individuals would go if they stayed connected to you. You understand that as long as they're connected to you, there are people around them who recognize that if they align with you, they're probably going to elevate dramatically. You see how these threatened people get in their heads to tell them not to pursue you. You watch them plant seeds. It's a scam. This person could be doing illegal things to get money. You witness them saying all types of destructive things, putting all types of negativity in their minds. You know the whole time you were a gift. You know the whole time you were a blessing. You see that they didn't recognize this truth. You understand they missed it because they allowed the negative thoughts, the illusions, the lies to block their vision. You recognize they can't see clearly. You accept that they cannot see clearly. You accept that they cannot see clearly. You understand that now they have to live with their choice. That's why you can never be mad. Don't ever get mad. Don't ever feel any type of way about people walking away and rejecting you. You are the gift, you are the blessing, and you are their karma. Let's just say somebody decides to choose another person over you, and you are the star. You are the one that's meant to be rich or famous, or you're supposed to have some sort of generational wealth in your life. They end up choosing the wrong person. They decide to choose that. There's no reason why you should be upset about that. Let them choose. Let them go lay where they have to lay at. That's not your problem. After you do what God asked you to do, it's no longer your problem. After you've done everything God told you to do, you went to this person, you offered them help, you extended your love, you extended your hand, they decide that they don't want it, you stepped back and honored their choice. You did your part, you moved forward with grace. You're not going to take not one loss. You're the test. You're the test to see if they are strong enough to listen to their intuition. You are the test to see if they're strong enough to ignore the haters, to block the haters out, to block out the competition, to block out every negative thing, every distraction. You are the test in people's lives, and they don't realize it until it's too late. They don't see this until it's too late, until you're gone, until that ship has sailed off. That's not your problem. How could that be your issue when you get to go enjoy the greatest whatever it is that God has for you? You get to go enjoy that, and you don't have to enjoy it with nobody. You could go enjoy that by yourself. You're not going to be affected by somebody else's rejection. That's not going to make or break you. It's actually going to put them in a compromising situation. It's actually going to separate them from you. Once they realize that they're separated from you, and they see what they have to live with, they see what they have to deal with, and they realize that they don't have access to you, oh man, they're going to be sick to their stomach. The people from your past, that's what they're going through right now. They're already going through it. These people already know. They already know this about you. They already know that you bring change, you bring karma, you bring destruction, if it has to be. They already know what comes with you. They already know what comes with choosing you too. You know how they know. Because they rejected you too. They outcast you. They rejected you. They abandoned you, left you out in the cold. So you elevated. You rose above their level and moved forward with your divine mission. They see now. They see that you were their lifeline. They see that nothing isn't going to move without you. That means everything in their life is stagnant. Everything is just going down a straight line. Nothing isn't changing. There's nothing happening in their life. It's all because that's the path that you chose. That isn't your fault. That's their fault. They chose that path. They chose it. They felt like you were some people looking at you like it's a joke. Like you're a joke. They take you as somebody who lies. They take you as somebody who maybe people feel like you didn't get the success in an ethical way. They may feel like you had to steal, kill and destroy to get the things that you got. No, you didn't. Just because they're working 40 hours a day, that doesn't mean you have to do all that crazy stuff just to get something. See, the thing is, these people are working all these hours and they're not getting nowhere. People are working 40 hours a day and they're not getting nowhere. So when they look at you and they feel like how come you don't have to work half as hard as people, and that's what makes them so upset. Instead of them taking notes, instead of them being inspired by what it is that you do, what they want to hate, they want to become your enemy. That's what it is. They want to be your enemy. They want to hate on you, or they want to reject you like you're not the catch. You came into their life to teach them something, to help them, to give them the skills that they need to know so that they can get themselves out the situation that they're in. That's how you have to handle people. That's how you have to handle people. There's no need to have any type of animosity, any type of hate, any type of anything. You shouldn't feel any type of way because somebody rejected their own blessing as long as you're not rejecting yours. When God calls you and he tells you to make a move, make sure you answer the call. You answer the call. For them, that's something that they're going to have to live with for the rest of their life because they don't know how far this is going to take you. They don't know how far you're going to go. They don't know. They think it's a game. It's sad what jealousy and envy can do, because that's really what it is. It's also sad when people are so weak that they allow other people to get in their head. That's what's really sad. These people are really foolish. They don't understand that they're listening to people that are jealous of them. They're listening to people that are really hating on them and really want to be in their spot. So that's how they get tricked out of their own blessings. That's how they get tricked out of their own spot, because they're not thinking. Where's the logic in this? You hope they don't expect you to be mad. You hope they don't expect you to feel like you took a loss, because you don't take losses. Literally, you don't take losses. At the end of the day, you do what you're called to do. When God calls you to connect with a person or to connect with certain people, you do your job. You do what you're asked to do. You guarantee one thing: you won't be around for long. The reality is that when God orchestrates divine connections, they don't require external validation or committee approval. These sacred relationships are meant to be protected and nurtured privately, away from the prying eyes and jealous hearts of those who cannot recognize or appreciate what they're witnessing. The people who feel compelled to interfere often do so because they recognize the transformative power of your connection and feel threatened by the elevation it represents. Your intuition and spiritual discernment are far more reliable guides than the opinions of those who haven't walked your path or received your calling. When you allow others to dictate your divine connections, you're essentially handing over your spiritual authority to people who may not have your best interests at heart. Trust the process, protect the blessing, and remember that what God has joined together shouldn't be subject to public opinion or peer review. The following is a message from Mike, founder of the Obsidian Inner Order, powered by Astral Atom. Look, I know you came here for your chosen one video, but I need a minute. If I don't speak this into the field now, I might never forgive myself. Some of us were born into fire, abused, exiled, haunted by truths no one around us could hold. That doesn't mean we're cursed. It means we were chosen to walk through the veil and come back with the map. Inside the Obsidian Inner Order, we gather every week, live on Zoom, face to face. And when I say real people, I mean it. A former military drone operator who now uses his mind as the remote. A millionaire CFO who walked away from everything to become a psychic in Noosa. A spiritual healer once trapped inside a satanic cult. A seer, a sage, a soul who left Mormonism and found the Noosas instead. These are the ones who gave it all up when their calling hit. And that's just a glimpse. And every call is recorded. So when you're alone, when you're crawling through the dirt of your own awakening, you can press play and feel the field again. This is not for everyone, but maybe it's for you. Can you see yourself among us? Join the Obsidian Inner Order, link in the description. Thank you all for supporting the broadcast. We quite literally could not do this without you. There are so many people that you cut off. There are so many people that you walked away from because they're asleep, and they refuse to wake up. They refuse to wake up and see what's in front of them. So you evolved beyond their level of consciousness. You elevated to where you stop explaining yourself. You transcended the need to prove anything. You're going to show them genuine love off the bat. You're going to show them who you really are off the bat. You're not going to cut no corners. You're going to keep it real. You're going to tell them what it is that they want to know, and that's it. People be trying to pick you apart. The whole time you are who you say you are. People be trying to find something on you. They really be trying to find something. This can't be real. You can't be real. You can't be true. You can't be this. You can't be that. You maintained your standards, block. You protected your energy and moved forward. As soon as they get blocked and they see you blowing up and they see you taking off, remember that. Don't forget. Don't forget. Before you let someone put you in a rat race, they can have you. You're not about to compete for them. You're not about to go to war for nobody with them. You're not about to be constantly blowing them up, calling them, texting them. You're not about to do none of that. You are the catch. You don't have to do that. Certain people, they don't understand you because you come off different. You're different. Do not like the rest of these people out here. You're not like the rest of these people out here. You don't constantly have to keep calling somebody. If you're making yourself available, that's enough. You're here whenever they need you. They can hit you up. You're here whenever they want to link up. You're here, they just hit you up. Nobody has time to keep going back and forth with them. Either they want it or they don't. This is crazy. You're telling them. Then people be wondering why they're out of the picture. They be wondering why nothing is never going right. Once that opportunity is gone, they can't get it back. They want you to prove yourself when they're the one that's really supposed to be proving themselves. If it's not mutual love and respect, you don't want it. You don't expect them to beg, so why would they expect you to beg? You don't understand. They be expecting you to jump through hoops and hurdles. They be expecting you to do all types of things, and it's not even worth it, because then they still don't choose you in the end anyway. If you do all of that, you've been down this road before. You don't have to prove anything to nobody, and you're telling them. When you get to a point in your life where you've already been down the road, trying to prove who you are, trying to prove your love, trying to show people that you really are who you say you are, and then they still don't respect you, they still don't choose you, they still don't follow up, you're done with that pattern completely. If they cannot accept who you are, if they're that much in denial, people be in denial. They don't want to believe this. They don't want to wake up and understand you are who you say you are. You refuse to get out here and do reckless things just because that's the type of energy that they're used to. They're used to people that have to get out here and do all that to get what they want. You have real gifts. You have real talent. You have real opportunities here. You don't have to do all that. You've evolved beyond the need to prove yourself. You understand your worth is not up for debate. You know that your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see it. You've learned that the right people will recognize your light immediately, and the wrong people will question it endlessly. You choose to invest your divine energy only where it's welcomed and appreciated. This is your final answer to anyone who expects you to diminish yourself to make them comfortable.